It had been a particularly difficult winter on the island of Sodor. The normally chilly climate had taken an uncharacteristic plunge into unbearably freezing temperatures. To make matters worse, the bitter cold was accompanied by a low, heavy fog that hung damp and thick in the air. The strange ever-present wall of mist made work all the more difficult for the engines, and they could often be heard grumbling about delays. Oh, this weather is absolutely preposterous! My trains keep getting delayed, my passengers have places to be, and I can't be kept waiting for this blasted fog to lift. I've never seen the main line in such disarray. Chin up, Gordon. There's nothing we can do. We just have to wait for the weather to improve. Things weren't any better on the east side of the island. The narrow gauge engines were having even more trouble, while the big engines had their snowplows and bright lamps to help them cope with the harsh conditions. The Skarloey railway engines did not. Because of this, all non-essential work had been halted, and the little engines remained in their sheds. It wasn't long before cabin fever began to set in. I'm bored! I don't understand why we have to stay here. Really, Duncan? Grumbled Sir Handel. Have you looked outside recently? Sir Handel is right, Duncan, Skarloey added. This weather is a nasty piece of work, and we just aren't equipped to handle it. Mind you, I say that. Duke interjected, snorting loudly. You impertinent scallywags. I sat shut up in my old shed for years, mind you, and... Duncan, now you've blown it. Oh, Grand Puff, Peter Sam grumbled. Haven't we heard enough about your Sleeping Beauty story already? Fine. I'm going back to bed. I never thought I'd say this, but I envy Rusty, Duncan continued. They get to go gallivanting off down the line, while the rest of us are stuck here, wasting away. Fuck's sake, Duncan, quiet down. Duncan, you warble like a bird, and you smell like one too. You get off my bunker, right? Rusty, the little diesel, was the only engine who was permitted to traverse the snowy hills and dense fog. As the maintenance engine for the railway, it was their job to make sure the line was kept safe during the period of disuse. Hello everyone, the little diesel chirped. I'm off to inspect the line. Weather's particularly nasty today. Wish me luck. Take me with you! Duncan groaned. I can't spend one more minute in these sheds. Sorry, Duncan, but it's far too dangerous. I don't much like the work myself, but someone has to do it. Rusty's face darkened suddenly. And let me tell you all, it's no treat being out there, all alone. It might be dull sitting here all day, but you're lucky for each other's company. It's lonely and cold out there, but sometimes... Yes? Go on, Rusty. Sometimes it almost feels as if someone's watching me. And with that, Rusty trundled dutifully away. The other engines sat silently as they watched the little diesel roll away. Something very strange is happening. I can sense it in my frames. There is one part of the little engines line that holidaymakers love to visit during the sunny summer months. Rusty disliked inspecting this part of the line most of all. Oh, we're coming up on the cutting now, the little diesel shivered to the workmen. As they approached the hillside, Rusty's plough began to carve away at the drifts in front of them. Before long, the line had been cleared. The workmen disembarked and began the tedious task of inspecting the line. Rusty waited impatiently, their eyes darting around every so often. Luckily, it wasn't long before the men had finished inspecting the line. "Rusty, we can go now," called one of the men. "Oh, not a moment too soon," the little diesel sighed. "Oh! Oh! What was that?" The workman laughed. "Oh, you silly engine. It was just the echo of your horn. Nothing to be frightened of." But before the workman could finish, the echoing horn rang out again. The workman was speechless. Huh? How? "Let's get out of here." And without a moment's hesitation, they hurried along down the line. That night, a blizzard raged across the island. "Is everything all right, Rusty?" Rusty sighed. "I'm fine. They paused and glanced over at Duncan. "Do you remember Duncan's ghost? At the old iron bridge?" "I do, yes! It was quite a good trick you came up with, if I do say so myself." "Well, I don't think it was just a joke." "What do you mean?" quizzed Peter Sam. "Oh, it's silly. I won't worry you with it. I need a rest. This blizzard means a hard day's work tomorrow. And another trip to the cutting." The next morning, the blizzard had subsided into a light snowfall. Rusty and the workmen set out early to inspect the line. The little diesel was dreading the journey now more than ever. "Rusty, we don't have to stop here, if you don't want to." "No, that's alright. Better to be safe than sorry, we've got a job to do." "We've got a job to do." Oh my. Oh. Hello? Who's there? Hello? Rusty, Shed and Sidings Inspection Diesel. Who are you? You seem different from the rest. Not as easy to get inside your head, is it? How do you mean? Trembled Rusty. The engine squinted intently. No. I've never seen one like you before. Tell me, little engine, what are you scared of? What? Scared? Everyone is scared of something. Please, may I ask your name? I am a forgotten memory. A soul lost to time. I have no name. What happened to you? An accident. an accident many years ago. It was quite grisly, but I was not at fault, but that didn't matter. They just wanted a scapegoat. You see, little engine, fear is a powerful thing. It makes us behave in ways we normally wouldn't. A quick, unjust trial, and I was scrapped, cast aside as if I was nothing. Years of faithful service ignored, all because of a freak accident that I could never have prevented. But none of that matters now. All that matters is justice. No one can change the past, but my spirit yearns for peace, and until my soul is set free, until the sins of my past are expunged, I cannot, I will not rest. And the engines of this island will know no peace. What engines exactly? All of you! Or rather, how should I put this? Those who dare to traverse my final resting place. Your final... Oh, the lake! The new branch line! Was that your old line? You're very clever, little one. I was not an evil engine, and I am not a malevolent spirit, despite what appearances may tell you. But I was not offered mercy. I was discarded. Discarded, without so much as a second thought. And if I can't have my justice, I want my revenge. Their fears shall be the death of them, just as fear was the death of me. I wish you all luck, because I will not show mercy. I have none left to give. But who knows? You might be different. You might finally be the engine that can right the wrongs of the past, but everyone fears something, little engine. So I'll ask again. What are you afraid? Rusty! We're ready to leave. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go then. James? Wake up. Oh! Hello, Rusty. Oh, ouch. Oh. James, I saw something very strange today, and I think your accident had something to do with it. I think I know what happened, but... Hello, you two. I was hoping I would find you both here. I know you both have questions about the strange happenings on the island as of late. I've been trying to puzzle it out myself, and I think I've discovered a pattern. Something to do with all the engines working on the new branch line. And now, I need your help. But first, I want to introduce you to someone. Hello, you two. It's very nice to finally meet you. I just wish it were under different circumstances. My name's Harwin. Harwin, I'm gonna go find the others. You stay here.